Good evening. Superintendent Benigni, Board of Education Chair Dennis, faculty, parents, families, guests, and most importantly, the class of 2024. My name is Katie Amenta. I'm the very proud principal of Berlin High School. It is my absolute honor to stand here today, just moments away from one of the most defining milestones in your entire life, your high school graduation. It is my honor to provide you with a few words of wisdom that I've picked up along my own journey, that, truth be told, started at Hubbard Elementary School in 1989. Now, as many of you are doing a quick calculation to figure out my age, and let me save you the time, I'm 40. And no, Mr. Souza was not the principal then, but this speech is not about my journey, but rather yours. Moments like today, graduation, ignite a time of reflection and appreciation. It's a time where you think back to your adorable kindergarten self, your elementary field trips, concerts, field days. You think back to the first time your parents let you walk around at the Berlin Fair alone. You recall all of the exciting times you embraced as redcoats, homecoming, pep rallies, studying, proms, SATs, outings, late nights. The list goes on. And you stop and realize that today, you are on the heels of the next chapter of your life. So today, I challenge you to be grateful for all of those moments that led you right here, right now. As educators, we continuously strive to see through the lens of our students. As a teacher, coach, administrator, I try to wrap my head around your world. We consistently do this thing where we try and imagine what life would be like if we went to school in the age of advanced technology, social media, cell phones, a pandemic. But the truth is, we can't fully understand because we are not you. So, despite our differences of social conditions, we search for a common theme, the common thread that weaves us together. When reeling through my mind of the perfect message for this class, the class of 2024, I rooted back to where it began. August 2020. You were freshmen. There was a pandemic. Times were uncertain. Nothing seemed right. Nothing felt right. Yet, we came together to find all the silver linings that remained. We were forced to recognize our appreciation for all the things that momentarily were no longer. You see, I have a sign in my office that reads, "Gratitude changes everything." This sign cost me $8. Over the years, it survived a few classroom moves, a few office moves. It even was repaired by one of our very generous custodians after an accidental fall. So why not just throw it away? Because over the years, there have been countless moments that I look to that sign as a reminder of all the things I am grateful for. And that's my message for you today. You will absolutely face hard times. You will absolutely face adversity. But you will always have the opportunity to search for the silver linings and be grateful. Over the last several weeks, many of you, seniors, took time to stop and thank me in some capacity. Many of you thanked your teachers, your counselors, your mentors, your coaches, your elementary and middle school principals, your parents, for all the guidance and support during your years as Berlin Public School students. A gesture so small, maybe so insignificant in the moment, yet so powerful. Gratitude. In the coming weeks, months, years, if you can transition your perspective to always seek the silver linings, to always embrace your future opportunities with, "I get to do this," versus "I have to do this," you will live a life well lived, a life full of happiness, a life full of gratitude. Class of 2024, it has been an absolute joy watching you grow into the amazing people you are. You represent your families, your school, and your community well. We wish you all the very best, and remember, Berlin High School will always be our common thread, a place where we are together, grateful for. Berlin High School will always be your home. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome our class of 2024 President, Sarah Gazzardi, to the stage.
Good evening, Superintendent Benigni, Principal Amenta, Board of Education members, parents, families and guests, and most importantly, fellow students of the class of 2024. As we take our last steps in this chapter and take a leap into a new one, I hope that you all are proud of every step you took and the obstacles you've maneuvered to get to this point. We may be imagining what our future looks like, but we can't help but reflect on the milestones and graduations along the way. One moment, we are running to our mom or dad after getting off the bus stop from our first day of kindergarten, to now, running to them, diploma in hand, and officially growing into our new adulthood. We did it. We grew up. In elementary school, hearing this year, 2024, seemed like an eternity away. And here we are, sitting in our graduation, reflecting on all the years that passed like days. We have climbed our way through this journey and are no longer drawing hand turkeys, but instead drawing out the path for the rest of our life. Our high school journey has been an ongoing hike to get to this point, but we should focus on the climb rather than the end view, because it's the steps along the way that mold us into who we are. These 4 years have led us along different paths, yet we've all accomplished this moment. Sitting together, sharing this occasion, and emotions going along with it, we will carry on with our lives and share the title of a Berlin High School alumni. Look around you. The person you are sitting next to has dealt with their own set of achievements, obstacles, successes, mistakes, and lessons learned. But here we are, sitting today, sitting in the same graduation, representing the same school, sharing the same diploma. Despite our own personal journeys, we can share this. The late night studying, weekends sitting in the parking lot, tests we've done good or bad on, always lost, or pep rallies won, have all brought us to this moment of relief and achievement, finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, as we move on to the next chapter, remember, you might fall down and feel defeated, but you just have to keep climbing towards your end goal. We've experienced many obstacles during our years at BHS, and when you want to look forward to see the end goal, do not forget about the struggles along the way, because they're what brought you here. One obstacle I'm sure we all may remember is hallway decorating. Not just our freshman year or sophomore year, but every year of high school, we lost hallway. We actually managed to be one of the only classes to never win. In the moment, did it feel great? No, because it felt like the goals that were set were never met. Leaving high school, I'm sure many of you can agree, if you think back to hallway preparation, you will not think of the placement we received, but rather the late night setting up with pizza, or the after-school paper cutting and drawing. It was the steps we took in the process that are most memorable, not the end goal. And plus, shortly after losing hallway, we were able to manage a win in pep rally, even against the teachers. All of these ups and downs have to happen before you get to the top of your climb. We couldn't help but count down the days to this moment. We have come this far and have achieved so much. Anticipating the second our name would be called and walking across the stage, receiving our diploma. But after graduation is over, we will immediately just have another milestone we are anticipating to reach. I urge you to take a second and appreciate the tiny moments on your path you never thought you'd miss. The tiny moments that you may not even realize brought you to this point. The steps you took that brought you to this stage and on to the next. Because now, we will no longer pull into the school parking lot at 7:20, making it to school just in time while you rush to the gym doors, hoping the security guards are still keeping the doors open. We will no longer sit with our friends in senior court, laughing about who knows what in the short 30 minutes of lunch. And we will no longer leave school, stopping by the candy cart to grab a quick snack. So the next time you want to rush towards your end goal and forget about the journey, find something to appreciate, because it may be the thing you miss most once it's gone. I'm sure we never thought we'd be missing our desks, the bell, our classrooms, senior court, or the cafeteria. But as we take our final steps away from high school, it'll be these little moments we cherish the most. So I hope you remember the times we sprinted to our cars desperate to beat the 210 traffic, as this traffic will soon be from our commute to our 9 to 5s. Class of 2024, we are not only the class to conquer a pandemic, but also the upperclassmen in Powder Puff, have a shutout in basketball at pep rally, and may I add, have the iconic snack cart. Thank you. Cherish every moment, because I'm sure as you can see, time really does fly. In a few short months, Miss Adama won't be supplying our snacks, and we'll have to fend for our own food. On that note, I'd like to give a few thank yous, starting with the class advisors. Mr. Soboleski and Miss Adama have done more than you could imagine. They've given up so much time and dedicated so much towards our class, and we truly would not be anywhere without them. I'd also like to thank the class officers, Addison Whiteside, Ryan Markey, Paige Kemish, Calvin Delude, and Andrew Bassett. I appreciate you dedicating your time and efforts towards our class to help us get to where we are. I'm definitely going to miss our after-school meetings, and I'm sorry to our class advisors. I know we definitely pushed your buttons many times. As we take our step into a new journey and out of high school, or as Jacob Miller would say, bye-bye Berlin High, I'd like to end off with a quote from one of my favorite songs I thought would go perfect for this speech. There's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Class of 2024, we did it. Thank you to each and every one of you, as you've made such a huge impact on my life and your community. We have left our mark here, and I know you will only do great things in the future. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce our salutatorian, Patrick Cott.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, students, administrators, and distinguished guests. It is with great honor that I stand before the 193 class of 2024 Berlin High School graduates who have worked tirelessly and sacrificed so much to be here today. Every single person in attendance today has in some way contributed this long-awaited accomplishment, and that deserves more thank yous than I can fit into this speech. When I started writing this speech, I realized that I have to ask myself some questions that I did not have the answer to. I had to ask myself, how did I get to where I am today, and why? A sacrifice is defined as the act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. Oftentimes, sacrificing is not something that we want to do, but we do it anyway in order to achieve a certain goal. 25 years ago, my parents had a goal to search for a better life for themselves and for their future children. But for this, they had to sacrifice. Shortly after finishing high school, both of my parents immigrated to the US from Poland, leaving behind their friends, family, the town they grew up in, and the life they knew, seeking more opportunity. They learned to speak English while they were enrolled in university, and they ultimately attained their degrees. Their dedication to success brought personal fulfillment and it built an amazing life for me and my siblings. Thinking about the story of my parents helped me answer how I got to where I am. I realized that it was also through sacrifice. Whether it was skipping a football game to study for a test, or sleepless nights before the due date of one of Mr. Parrish's AP Lit journals. All of these sacrifices were small steps towards my academic goal. It also answered the question as to why I did it. My parents are my biggest role model, and they set high expectations, which ultimately benefited me. I will always look up to them, and I am beyond grateful for all they have done for me. They showed me that the impossible is possible, and their story inspired me to try to live up to that same level of greatness in my own life. The truth is, we all made sacrifices during our time at BHS. As freshmen, we didn't get the high school experience that we had envisioned. COVID completely changed our lives, but we did our best to feel unified in a time of isolation. For many of us, it was a tough time. For some, it was an excuse to play more video games. But for all of us, it was a time of great uncertainty. Nothing really felt normal, but we were forced to adapt, in sacrifice. We sacrificed going to pep rallies, sporting events, and friends' houses with the hope that maybe one day we could go back to normal. We gave up a lot, but in the end, we overcame the adversity. As sports came back into full swing, all the student athletes had to sacrifice their energy, whether it was on the field, the court, the track, or in the pool, for the success of the entire team. Sophomore year, students began to explore clubs that interested them. This required sacrificing staying in their comfort zones so that they could try new things and meet new people. The experiences and skills gained through participation in these clubs allowed students to become more successful individuals. Finally, as a part of Upbeat, Interact, and other organizations, student volunteers sacrifice their time for the benefit of the community and the success of future generations. As I stand here today, I have finally reached my goal for this small chapter of my life. I encourage all of you to think about the sacrifices you have made in the past, but also look forward to the sacrifices you will make in the future. Although it was a tough journey, with a lot of long nights, I can confidently say that it was worth it. And I know that it will be worth it for you too. Thank you. At this time, please welcome Addie Whiteside, our 2024 Valedictorian, to the stage.
Good evening, and thank you to our administrators, teachers, faculty, Board of Ed, families, guests, and the class of 2024 for not only being here, but for being the reason we are all here today. While writing this speech, I've realized that it may be the first, or at least the biggest, assignment where I wasn't going to be graded. If I'm not going to be given a grade, why am I doing it? Who's going to tell me if it's good enough, if it represents me well, or if it represents 4 years of all of our high school careers? We're not robots, but it seems as if our brains have been wired to see a tunnel with one answer at the end, with one letter grade, one number that's there to guide us, and that's there to tell us how successful we are and are going to be. But once we stand up from these foldable chairs, we now have to navigate an ungraded world, a world where we no longer are required to follow one singular definition, but one where we are free to define everything as we please. It's exciting. It's also terrifying. It's sad. It's whatever you choose it to be. But it's definitely not only one thing. I don't know much about construction, but I know that when a tunnel gets created, a machine digs directly into the rock. It creates what we know to be a tunnel, which is defined as an underground passage built through something. As you go through it, what you see, or what you are confined to, is pretty simple. The smooth, manufactured walls around you keep you moving forward, with one goal, to get to the other end. What we do not get to see, however, is the complex and chaotic surroundings just outside of those walls. We probably don't want to see it. It's messy. So when we take a step back and look at our educational careers as this tunnel, it becomes clear that for about 13 years of our childhood, we've had no choice but to continue through our own manufactured tunnels, with that one clear goal to be to graduate, to finish our education, to be shaped into a well-rounded citizen who's ready to step into the light of the real world. It does not seem as though we are approaching the end of our tunnel because our journeys are so far from being finished. But we are free to crack open the confines of the walls around us and expand our own definitions of success. In other words, the tunnel is not coming to an end, it's just getting bigger. Our tunneled view of success, defined by a GPA, an exam score, a number of games or matches won, does not have to be torn down, but it gets to be widened. Those rocks just beyond the smooth and comfortable tunnel walls are now our new guides, because it's going to be rocky, but it's also freeing and can be even better. It will be what you choose it to be. It'll be so much more than just one thing. So now that we've established that we're standing on this rocky yet exciting ground, we need to recognize that not only do we have the tools that we need at our expense, but we have so many more opportunities and possibilities to choose how we want to reach our definitions of success than ever before. It's not just that we now get to define what our success looks like, it's that we get to actually apply that definition and achieve it. Keeping this in mind, I wanted to hear how the people around me define what success is to them. I made a list of all the responses I got, and seeing the nuances and the depth to each answer proves my point. One person stated that success is as simple as whether or not one accomplishes their dreams and goals. This makes perfect sense. You get to choose your aspirations, and once you have accomplished them, you have achieved success. Another friend, on the other hand, told me that success is the feeling of being proud of what you have accomplished, regardless of whether or not you reached your ultimate goal. This also makes perfect sense, yet it's a complete contradiction of the prior definition. It does not matter if you have achieved your end result, the steps along the way demonstrate a successful journey. We get to choose our goal, and therefore, in essence, we get to choose our success. But to some, we don't actually have to achieve that self-made goal in order to achieve our own success. It's confusing, but it's also exciting. Basically, it's our choice. You can consider any famously intelligent person and look up how they have defined as success. They may bring in a whole new idea and topic that makes it seem like they're not even talking about the same word as our prior definitions. And that's the point. Success is one 7-letter word, but its meanings, its possibilities, are boundless. You may have risked failing a vocab quiz if you chose your own definition of a word, but today, and for the rest of our lives, we are free to move past those restrictions. No one is quizzing you on how you define success or happiness, so determine it how you please. Looking at my list of responses that was essentially full of ways to obtain success, it was so invigorating because it has become clear to me that we've always had this freedom. We've always been ready to choose our own definition. We are just now finally given the chance to apply it. So, what is next? How can we apply our own definitions of success? Taylor Swift says it best, "You're on your own, kid," because we are. We're on our own to decide. If you know me, this will not come as a surprise, but I made a loose guide of how to enter the rocky outsides of our confines and forge our new, exciting, terrifying, and amazing years ahead. Take it or leave it, because this isn't a graded assignment, but here's what I'm asking you to keep in mind. 1. Choose a way to be impactful. Unlike the familiar faces we pass by in the halls of BHS, we now get to explore a world in which we don't know most of the faces we walk by, and it also means that there are so many more people and lives that we have the chance to make an impact on. 2. Choose a way to be ambitious. Your goal is no longer being assigned to you, so decide what you want for yourself and go after it. 3. Choose to look for the good. One way I do this is by keeping a running list in my notes app of the funny, silly, genuine little moments of goodness amidst the struggles of each day. You get to choose your way of noticing the joy that is undoubtedly around you. Last but not least, you, here today, when we stand up, you have to pave the way to your success. Essentially, choose a way to be, and it is not going to be just one thing. Choosing one message, one theme, one metaphor to not only represent all of us and all of our educational careers, but to define us all was pretty hard. Until I realized that that one speech, that one theme or message simply does not exist. Nothing about the years ahead of us are going to be one thing. We owe so many more than just one thank you to the people that have helped us get to where we are today. We have already experienced so many more than one brutally long night or one excruciatingly early morning, and those things are going to stay the same. We are not going to have only one good day, and we are also not going to have only one bad day. There are going to be so many ways to define what we want from our lives and how to get it, and there is no one but ourselves to do it. So, for the first time ever, I don't care what grade I would get on this assignment. This is mine, and it's exactly the imperfectly perfect demonstration of the beginning of my and all of our paths of creating our own definitions of success. Thank you. Now introducing the Board of Education President, Mrs. Julia Dennis.
Good evening, everyone, and hello to the class of 2024. That's a tough act to follow. Addie did an excellent job, so I will keep this brief. This is such an exciting day for you, your families, and your future. On behalf of the Berlin Board of Education, we would like to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments and wish you the very best as you embark on new experiences beyond Berlin High School. So congratulations.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to speak this year. Last year, I didn't get an opportunity because we had the storm that came. So I made the speech double this year. No, I'm only teasing. I didn't do that to you. I want to talk about a three-letter word. The word is joy. In preparing the speech, I tried to imagine being you at an important life juncture, doing two things at the same time. Celebrating what you've accomplished and looking ahead to your future with excitement and perhaps a bit of trepidation. Today, I hope to give you something of value, some useful takeaways. I want to provide you with some clues, some learned lessons about knowing joy in life. Not everyone accomplishes this. Too many people get stuck in living an unhappy life, grinding through an unsatisfying work week, hoping to find joy and meaning through their weekends. Now, don't get me wrong. College, work, or whatever your next steps may be, can be stressful. But if we live in constant stress, we will always have fear and anxiety. You can actually lose the ability to know excitement, anticipation, pleasure, and joy. Joy is hard to define, but it can be described and lived. Joy comes from making plans, having foresight, setting goals, both long and short term. And yes, even from occasional failures, joy is intentional. Aim to be responsible, manage your money, be on time. Ask yourself, do others see me as reliable? Make good choices and decisions. This will minimize bad consequences. Bad consequences eat up and swallow your joy. Plan to work hard. In the end, no one reflects on their life about how good they became at video games or how many restaurants they went out to eat at. Pour yourself into something that helps you make this world a better place. Joy is a practice and a behavior. Understand your motivations. You have to know why you do what you do and what prize is and how much value you put on it. Know what is important to you and then know what is enough. Don't always overreach or overstrive. Choose joy. Don't waste your time being offended. Don't use precious energy venting online or shouting in others' faces. There's already too much in this world. Don't think of your own feelings or other people's problems. Joy is in your heart. Find some still, quiet moments. Stand at the ocean shore. Look out over the canyon. Rest your head on someone else's shoulder. Joy embraces peace and contentment, waiting to be discovered. Keep your faith, your philosophy, your code of core values. Don't just wing it. Focus. Live by something. Build strong relationships. Relationships are great when you invest in them and become essential over time. Stay clear of fakes and the drama that drains. Be positive and don't be afraid to move into new directions when necessary. Joy is meant to be shared. Do whatever it is that has meaning to you. Don't compare yourself to others, what they have accomplished, when they have accomplished it. There is no joy in jealousy or envy. Joy is known in graceful acts of listening, caring gestures, affirmations, and a genuine expression of gratitude and appreciation. Right now, remember to take a moment today to make sure to say thank you to all those who have contributed to your success so far in life. Then celebrate. Remember, joy endures, happiness gives you a hug, and then moves along the way. It is my hope that you have known joy within your time here in the Berlin Public Schools. My wish for each of you moving forward, and my goal for myself, is that you may continue to move into the future with joy and confidence as proud graduates of Berlin High School. One closing message. Didn't get to say this too much this year. This is Brian Benigni, Superintendent of Berlin Public Schools, calling with one last important message. Berlin Board of Education and President, Julia Dennis, I certify that all students in front of you today have met the graduation requirements as outlined by the Berlin Board of Education and the state of Connecticut. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Ready? And up. Sarah Nicole Gazzardi. Patrick Cott. Addison Grace Whiteside. Ian J. Saunders. Ryan Michael Markey. Andrew N. Bassett, Jr. Calvin J. Delude. Paige Elizabeth Kemish. Catherine M. Morris. Jenna Borselli. Connor E. Lindsay. Emma E. Lavoy. Jamison Kent Evans. Logan Tomas Sesniak. Andreas Eichele. Gabrielle Alexander. Caitlin Allen. Diego Ricardo Andrade. Madeline Andros. Mason D. Abrorio. Caitlin Arsimowitz. Alina Carlin Salutatorian. Jack T. Baklaski. Braden Bannon. Alexa Ray Barbagallo. Daniel Barnett. Catherine Rose Bauer. Caroline Grace Benoit. Tyler James Bergstrom. Robert Bashan Jr. Gabriela Blanco. Sorry. Nathan Breeny. Ryan Michael Brown. Elijah Adam Burgos. Haley Campanelli. Gavin R. Karuba. Adriana Casella. Evan Paul Chant. Zane Chowdhury. Emily Collin. Angel J. Cologne. Chelsea A. Contreras. Aiden Kyle Cooney. Rolando Crespo Jr. Robin James Chrysler. Erica Damboys. Nina Marie DeGrande. Kyle DeGroff. Genesis Delbois. Joshua A. Delorbe. Mason John DeMoro. Miroslav D. Dyshuk. River Ronnie Eberhardt. Emma Grace Ellison. Aiden Ellsworth. Caden Kaimani Fagan. Alexa Ann Fallon. Rose Fatula Faz. Glenn Fern. Moises Feliciano Colon. Justin Philippek. Michael F. Fitzsimmons. Matthew Gagliardi. Brandon Paul Garrity. Evan S. Gentile. Kaylee Gisbrandt. Kevin Granger. Angela Gross. Eunice Gurr. Lily Mae Hall. Carrick Hannah. Riley Ann Hoops. Christina Quinn. Dylan Heiberg. Paul Jasek. Leah Lynn Jankowski. Heba Jebley. Jack Jones. Patrick Kaspersky. Alyssa A. Karam. Rachel Marie Caranda. Adrian Karwowski. Yulia Rosalia Kobovich. Michael T. Kobus. Matthew J. Coops. Ryan Henry Krupa. Nadia Kakula. Zachary Cum. Kyle Stephen Lamb. Carly Joe Lapointe. Macy Rose Lapointe. Toby Lavender. Madeline Rose Lazara. Connor Lenahan. Isabella A. Leba. Jaden Dante Leidy. Justin Lepresto. Matthew V. Lepresto. Jonah Lorenzo. Matthew Anthony Lazinski. Ahmad Khalid Mack.
Dianais Ida Mack. Cameron Jade Malcarney. Andrea Marchio. Jacob T. Marion. Julian Martinez. Dominic Maselli. Ryan C. Matan. Lily May Matassa. Jordan McGill. Aiden John Melnick. Matthew Stephen Melnick. Noah Melnick. Bailey Michaud. Jacob Miller. Jonathan Lewis Morales. Timothy Joseph Marachek. Olivia Caroline Meisner. Thomas A. Murphy. Morgan Napolitano. Tara Corey Newman. Natalia Oshevska. Luis Ortiz Perez. Kaylee Ouellette. Julia Palmise. Giovanna Bella Pandolfo. Nicholas M. Paris. Dia R. Patel. Shoham P. Patel. Alexandra Lena Pauley. Jessica Brielle Peck. Natalia Pelk. Nolan Jacob Pelletier. Jaden Perduda. Jessica M. Pettit. Charles J. Pinchera. Jadalise Pinto. Michael John Plumley. Alex Poloshuk. Maximilian Poloshuk. Alexia Pritko. Matthew R. Raynock. Adam Samuel Rice. Ella Ray Rice. David Richter. Nora E. Ritchie. Tyler James Roberge. Brianna Lynn Robertson. Alex Angel Romero. Jaylene Marie Rosario. Samantha Grace Rupsis. Jack Salerno. Julia Selena. Joaquin Alexander Santiago Rivera. Elijah Carmelo Santos. John Saunders. Mason A. Shear. Lauren Shillow. Chelsea Ann Schuler. Adam Walid Salawi. Jude E. Senna. Noah Simard. Kyrie M. Sinnott. Katrina Sorois. Santino Michael Sisti. Hannah Grace Smith. Jocelyn J. Smolsky. Kaylee Maria Spencer. Robert Trent Spilka. Madison Steck. Kevin Salati. Giovanna Tellis. Edward Vaughn H. Telke. Kelsey Ann Therian. Sophia Tierney. Adriana Vericchio. Jack W. Vokey. Fiona Barbara Waite. Alyssa Joan Wenzel. Cypress White. Ronasia A. White. Whitney White. Aliana Natalia Wissick. Mia Natalia Wilson. Isabella Marie Yagman. Elizabeth Joanne Yeski. Ethan M. Young. Hayden Ryan Zahaba. Matthew R. Zupp. Mariana Zureki. Maya Zureki.
Is it working? Oh. Hi, my name is Jude Senna.
And I'm Calvin DeLude.
National award-winning broadcasters, by the way.
Yeah. Let's give a round of applause to that. And we are here to officially celebrate that we are done with high school.
But, before we can do that, before we can wrap up the ceremony, we want to give out a few thank yous.
Firstly, we'd like to thank the BHS Singing Redcoats and the BHS Band for providing us with some incredible music today. So let's give them a big round of applause, folks.
We would also like to thank Ms. Dorito and all the members of the staff for setting up this awesome ceremony for us.
Also, a huge shout out to our people, the tech crew and the broadcasting club up in the booth. Give them a round of applause, folks.
And let's not forget to thank the man who's been twirling the baton all night, Mr. Austin Bonacenia. Give it up for Bonin.
And lastly, let's thank all the amazing teachers, families, friends, and each other for making it through this incredible journey these past 4 years. Big round of applause for that, folks.
And now there's only one last thing to do. Everybody stand up.
Charles, get that bird in the sky.
Where is it? Is it behind? Oh. Yeah. Everybody put your hands on your caps.
And let's officially graduate, folks. In 3, 2, 1, we're out! Let's go! BHS 2024! We're done!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony for tonight. Please join us in giving our graduates one last round of applause. Class of 2024, we are very proud of you. We hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.